future, man. For time being, remember that these are marker interfaces. There are no methods. In the Java 1.8, in Java 1.8, they introduced functional interfaces. What is the concept, guys? Functional interfaces. The interface which contains only one method is called functional interface. Marker interface, functional interface, normal interface. Normal interface means any number of methods, unlimited. If the interface contains only one method, that is called functional interface. The interface which contains only one method is called as the interface which contains only one method is called as functional interface. The interface which contains only one method is called as functional interface. Functional interfaces are introduced to call lambda expressions. What is the purpose of functional interfaces, guys? Lambda expression, that is Java 1.8 concept. Lambda expression, functional interface is a which concept, guys? It is Java 1.8. If you go to here in the full stack course content, can you see? Did we include Java 8 features? Yes or no? Java 8 features are there. Lambda expressions. What is this? Functional interfaces. What is this? Default and static methods. These default and static methods are in the interfaces. As of up to 1.7, interface can contain only abstract method. From 1.8, they have added default and static methods also in the interface. In the Java 1.8, they introduced lambda expression for functional programming. To call the lambda expressions, we will go for functional interface. What is a functional interface? What is a functional interface? The interface which contains only one abstract method. The interface which contains only one abstract method is called functional interface. Why we need to go for functional interfaces? Functional interfaces are introduced to call lambda expression. Sir, what is lambda expression? Future topic. That is future topic. Good. With this, we are done with our interfaces concept. Yes. Can anyone tell me what is interface? Why we need to go for interface? How to work with interface? Yeah. Come on. What is interface? Online people, what is interface? What is interface, guys? Come on, tell me, what is interface? Interfaces are used to achieve loosely coupling and abstraction. They are used to achieve loosely coupling and abstraction. How to create an interface? Interface keyword. To create the interface, we are going to use interface keyword. Inside the interface, what kind of methods we can write? Abstract methods up to 1.7. If you go for 1.8, default, static. We will discuss later. So currently we are learning about only abstract method. What is abstract method? What is abstract method? No body. Method without body is called as a abstract method. Once the interface is created, how many implementations we can do? Once interface is created, multiple classes can provide the implementation classes. Interface, can I create an object for interface? No. Why? There is no constructor That's why object cannot be created. But for interface, we can create the object for implementation class object. Interface reference variable can hold implementation class object. Got it? How to implement a interface? What is the meaning of implementing a interface? Overriding the abstract method. Overriding the abstract methods is called implementing a interface. So what is the keyword we are using to implement a interface? Implements. We are going to use implements keyword to implement a interface. My interface having 10 abstract methods. Can I implement only 5 methods now? No. Why? The rule. When you are implementing an interface, it is mandatory that you need to implement all the abstract methods. All the abstract methods. Writing abstract keyword is mandatory or optional? Optional. If you don't write it, compiler will add abstract keyword. Okay. Can I use interface as a method parameter? Can I use method return type? So what is the meaning of interface as a method parameter? If you can pass any implementation object, Roshni is asking a doubt. How it will decide which implementation class object to pass method parameter when we write bank? Roshni, it is up to you. When the method is having a interface as a parameter, based on your requirement, you can pass any implementation object as a parameter. What is the meaning? Method return type is a interface. What is the meaning? Method return type is a interface. That method can return any implementation class object as a return type. Taking class as a parameter recommended, interface as a parameter recommended, taking interface as a parameter is recommended. Why it is recommended to take interface as a parameter? Loosely coupled. Method can take any implementation object as a parameter. Method return type, taking a class is recommended, taking interface is recommended, taking interface is recommended. Why interface is recommended? That method can return any implementation class object of that interface. Clear? Now, what is a marker interface? What is a marker interface? The interface which it does not contain any method, that is called marker interface. Marker interfaces also called as tagged interfaces. It will act like a tag. It will act like a tag. Marker interfaces are also called as tagged interfaces. Can you tell me some marker interfaces? Clonable and serializable. What is the advantage of implementing them? JVM will give the special treatment. Can I create my own marker interface? Yes, but there is no use. Why there is no use? JVM don't know about our marker interfaces. That's why there is no use of creating our own marker interfaces. What is the functional interface? If interface contains only one abstract method, that is called functional interfaces. What is the use of functional interface? To call the lambda expression. Functional interface lambda expression introduced in Java 1.8 version. I told you 1.8 is a big release. Lot of changes happened in the Java. In 1.8 version. Still, people will feel 1.8 is difficult. So you will see, after 20 days, once our syllabus is completed, I will conduct Java 1.8 class. You can see how many people will attend 1.8 who are working in the company. That much important it is. That much important. Once our syllabus, Java syllabus is completed, for 2 weeks, we are going to understand Java 1.8 futures. So then new people also will attend our 1.8 workshop because it is damn important. Without having the knowledge on 1.8 futures, you cannot crack the interview. In every interview, they are asking 1.8 version futures because they are very, 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 very important. First time in the Java, functional programming introduced in 1.8 version. Got it? Yes. Any questions, anyone? Yeah, Lakshmi Narayana, our next topic. If you don't want, he is asking a question. My interface having two methods, but I don't want to implement two methods. I want to implement only one method. Then what to do? It is possible using abstract classes. That is the next topic. If you don't want to implement all the methods in the interface, you need to go for abstract classes. Okay? Yes. Lakshmi Narayana, you got the answer? If you don't want to implement a method of a interface, your class should be declared as a abstract class. That is next concept. Sir, how to implement a clonable interface? Implements a clonable, that's it. Class demo implements clonable, that's it. You don't need to do anything extra. Just implement marker interface. Anyhow, when I'm going to explain object class methods, I will tell you clonable concept. In the object class, there is a clone method. So when I am going to discuss object class methods, then I will tell you clonable interface concept. When I explain files in the Java, how to work with the files, then I will explain serializable interface. Clonable, serializable, part of the syllabus. We will discuss in the coming classes. Okay. Satya, you are not getting how to take online people having some questions. Let me read that. Satya asking a question. Passing interface as an argument and return type. Can you explain with the example? Yes, man. We will discuss about that. So instead of taking class as a parameter, you can take interface as a parameter. In the collections, I will tell you that concept clearly. JVM starts the execution from the main method. Priya is asking this question, Priyanka. JVM starts the execution from main method, then it will call interface. It will refer the interface. It will load the interface. Interface will not have a main method. It will not execute. Just it will refer the interface. For interface, a dot class file will be created. JVM will load the dot class file. Okay. Can we create variables in the interface? Yes, we can. Did I explain this concept? Sachin, that is future topic, man. Can we create a variables in the interface? Yes, you can create a variables in the interface. By default, they will become public static final variables. When you create interface when you create a variable in the interface, those variables by default public static final variables. Okay, and the next one interface can implement another interface. One interface cannot implement another interface. One interface can extend another interface. Only class can implement an interface. One interface cannot implement another interface, but one interface can extend another interface. In interface, we can declare variables also. In interface, we can declare variables also. By default, they are in interface we can declare variables also. By default, they are public static final. Public static final. We can see that. Go to workspace, bank.java. It is a interface, right? I'm writing integer I is equal to 10. Come on, guys. By default, that variable became static, final, and public. So when I write a method, by default that became abstract. So see here, in the interface, can I write a variable? Yes. If I write a variable in the interface, by default that variable is becoming public static final. Who is making that as a public static final? Compiler. Writing abstract keyword is mandatory or optional? Optional. Who is adding abstract keyword? Compiler. That's it. Implement means overriding the method, right? That is a concrete method. You cannot write the concrete method. Yeah. One minute. Praveen, battery is now. Guys, 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. All right, guys, here my first statement is one interface cannot implement another interface. Why one interface cannot implement another interface? Implementing a interface means what? Overriding the abstract method. Overriding the abstract method means a concrete method. Can you write a concrete method in the interface? No, that's why one interface cannot implement another interface. One interface can extend another interface. What is the meaning of that? So first interface having two methods, second interface having two methods. If first interface extend the another second interface, four methods will be available in the interface. Now see here, I'm having public interface bank. Public interface bank. In this interface, I am writing one method called public void check balance. Public void check balance. Now I'm writing public interface RBI bank. Public interface RBI bank. If I write implements bank, what is the meaning of that? We have to override this method. But this is a class or this is an interface? This is an interface. This is an interface. In this interface, can I write the body for this method? I cannot write the body for this method. So what is this? It is valid or invalid? Invalid. If I write like this, public interface RBI bank, public interface RBI bank, extends bank. What is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of that? Here I can write a method public void apply loan. Yes, this is valid. Why this is invalid? Why this is valid? Come on, guys. One interface cannot implement another interface. One interface, Praveen, battery set you. Guys, 1 minute. Last 1 minute. Alright guys, now we are trying to implement one interface from another interface. Can I implement one interface from another interface? Why no? Why no? What is the meaning of implementing an interface? Overriding the methods. Can I write this method body here? Can I write this method body here? This is also a interface na. This should also contain abstract method. So what is the meaning of implements? Overriding. Is it possible or not possible? Not possible. That's why one interface cannot implement another interface. This is invalid. Invalid. Okay. Can one interface extend the properties from another interface? Yes. Now, how many methods available in the RBI bank? 2 methods available. What are the 2? One is parent interface method and its own method. Now, if you want to implement RBI bank, this method you have to implement, this method also you have to implement. One interface can extend the properties from another interface, but one interface cannot implement another interface. Okay. Next one. Can I write variables inside the interface? Come on, man. Can I write a variables inside the interface? Yes. We can write a variables inside the interface. By default, they will become public, static, final variables. If I write variables inside the interface, by default, they will become public, static, final variables. Are you clear? Yes. Any questions now? Yes, yes. In future, in the collections concept, you will understand that. If I go to JSE API, I can show you. JSE API. Let me go to one interface called list interface. Java.util. Java.util list. Okay. Public interface list extends collection. What is a collection? Interface. So what is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of that? One interface is extending the properties from another interface. The example I can say here, list extends from collection. List is one predefined interface. Collection is also one predefined interface. List is extending from collection. Both are interfaces. Right. Yes, it can extend. No, extends. Extends again. It will comes under multiple inheritance. I'm not sure. Let me try. One interface, user management service, extends, clonable and serializable. Let me try this. Clonable, fine, comma, serializable. Yes, valid. One class cannot extend from multiple classes, but one interface can extend from multiple interfaces. Okay, good. Fine guys, so with this we understood what is interfaces concept in the Java. Next one, what is the next concept? The next concept is abstract classes.
Hey.
Yeah. Can you read what is abstract class? The class which contains both concrete and abstract methods. The class which contains both concrete and abstract methods is called as abstract class. To create the class as a abstract, to represent a class as a abstract class, we will use abstract keyword. We will use abstract keyword to represent a class as abstract class. Okay. Now, to write abstract method, abstract keyword is mandatory. In the interface it is optional. In the abstract class, abstract keyword is mandatory. A class which contains both concrete methods and abstract methods is called as abstract class. So to represent our class as an abstract class, abstract keyword is mandatory. When you are writing abstract method, abstract keyword is also mandatory. We cannot create the object for abstract class also. Are you guys getting my point? We cannot create the object for abstract class also. For abstract class, child classes will be available. For the child class, we can create the object. Okay. Let me take one class as a abstract. New class. I'm taking a class called machine. Now, class. It is a normal class now. How to make it as an abstract class? Abstract keyword. Public abstract class machine. Inside this, I can write public void start. Public void start. Logic to start. Okay. System.out.println machine starting. Now, in this class, I know how to start the machine. I know few methods implementation. I don't know few methods implementation. When you are developing a class, if you know the implementation for few methods, if you don't know the implementation for few other methods, then you can go for abstract class. Public void start. Now, here I am writing public abstract void fill fuel. Got my point? Right. So, can I call this second method as the abstract method? Why it is called as abstract method? There is no body. What about first method? What is our first method? Body. But to be frank, from Java 8, there is no demand for abstract classes. Why? Because up to 1.7, interface can contain only abstract method. If I want to write a concrete method, there is no chance in the 1.7. But what they have done in the 1.8, they introduced default methods and static methods. From that time, the demand for abstract classes is reduced. As the Java 8 introduced default and static methods, people are not going for abstract classes. If default and static is not available, abstract is important. Okay, now it is not that much important because of Java 8 changes. Alright. When I can call my class as a abstract class? When the class is having both concrete methods and abstract methods, then the class is called as a abstract class. Okay. When to go for abstract class? When to go for abstract class? Come on, guys. When you go for abstract class? I am developing some functionality. I know the logic for one method. I don't know the logic for the another method. When I am developing a program, I know the logic for one method. I don't know the logic for the another method. Then I will go for abstract class. Whoever extending properties from my class, they need to override my abstract method. Subclasses should override abstract method. Am I able to create the object for abstract class? No. Why? Illegal. Can I write a constructor for abstract class? Yes, we can write it. No, it is not possible. Magic. Right. Abstract class will have a constructor, but still you cannot create the object. That is one rule in the Java. When, sir, constructor is available, but we cannot create the object, then what is the use of that? Whenever you create the object for the subclass, then superclass constructor will be executed. For abstract classes, subclasses are mandatory. Whenever you go for a abstract class, then subclasses are mandatory. Whenever you are extending the properties from a abstract class, then you need to override abstract method. When you create the object for the subclass, then superclass constructor will be executed. So that point you have to remember. It is small confusing, but there is no option. So Java decided that the class which contains both concrete methods and abstract methods is called as abstract class. Abstract class can have the constructor, but still you cannot create the object. So subclasses will be available. You can extend the properties from the abstract class. When you create the object for the subclass, then superclass constructor will be executed. Able to follow me? Let me do one thing. Class abstract diesel machine. It is a class, man. Yeah. See here. Okay. What is a diesel machine? What is a diesel machine? Abstract. Can I write a constructor in the diesel machine? Yes or no? Is it valid or not? Yes, it is valid. What is this method? What is this method? Void method. It is a concrete method. How can we say it is a concrete method? Body. What about this method? Abstract. If I remove this, what is happening? If I remove this, it is invalid. So whenever we are writing abstract methods in the abstract class, abstract keyword is mandatory. When you go for interface, it is optional. Okay. Now abstract class is available. It is having a constructor, it is having a instance method, it is having a abstract method. Can I create the object or I cannot create the object? Can I create object for diesel machine? No. Why? Illegal. Java does not allow you to create the object for the abstract classes. When there is a abstract class, can I extend the properties? Yes or no? Yes, I can extend the properties. When I extend the properties, what should I do? Whenever you extend abstract class, you need to override all the abstract methods. System.out.println filling fuel tank. Okay. Now, for which class I will create the object? Machine M is equal to new machine. Machine M is equal to new machine. Here, this is machine constructor. System.out.println machine constructor. Now, by using subclass object, can I call parent class methods also? Yes or no? Yes. M dot start, and first I will do M dot fill fuel M dot start. Where is the fill fuel method? Where is fill fuel method? Child. Where is the start method? Super. Okay. Now constructors are available in the both classes. Okay. See this. What happened? That means abstract class constructor executed or not? When the abstract class constructor is executing, we already discussed in the inheritance. When the child class object is created, super class of constructor also will execute. Diesel machine is a abstract class, machine is a subclass, filling fuel tank, machine starting. Now, this is my abstract class. In this I have a constructor, I have concrete method, I have abstract method. This is my child class. This is my child class. Here also constructor available. I am overriding the method. By using child class object, I am able to call child class method. I am able to call super class method. Okay, what is the conclusion? What is the conclusion, guys? Abstract class can have constructor. We can write constructor in abstract class, but we cannot create object. We cannot create object. So abstract classes can have child classes. When we extend the properties from abstract class, then it is mandatory to override all abstract methods of that class. When we extend the properties from abstract class, then it is mandatory to override all abstract methods of that class. When we create the object for child class, super class constructor will execute. If your class is extending the properties from abstract class constructor also will execute. Abstract class constructor will be executed when we create object for child class. Abstract class constructor will execute when we create the object for child class. Okay. Do you remember what is the final? What is the final? Which is used at the variable level, method level, class level. What is the meaning of a final method? We can't override. Okay. Now I'm writing public abstract final void M1. Illegal. Illegal. Why it is illegal? What is the meaning of abstract? It has to override. What is the meaning of abstract method? That method should be override in the child class. What is the meaning of a final? Should not override. So contradictory. Contradictory. Both are not allowed. We cannot use abstract and final for one method because final means no overriding. Abstract means overriding. When I will write abstract method, I don't know logic, my child will write the logic. When I am writing abstract class, few methods I know, few methods I don't know. Whichever the methods I know, I will write it. Whichever the methods I don't know, my child will write it. That's why I will write abstract. When I write a final, what is the meaning? Child cannot override. Abstract means it has to override. Final means it should not override. If I use both, contradictory. It is illegal, invalid. Anywhere. Whenever you write abstract method, you should not write the final. What is the meaning of interface method? It has to override in the implementation class. When you write a final, you cannot. That is illegal. No. Abstract final is illegal combination. If I write the class as a abstract class, what is the meaning? They cannot. If I write a class as a final, they cannot extend. What is the meaning of abstract? We have to extend. That is illegal, right? Yes. We cannot use abstract and final combination because it is illegal. Why it is illegal? Are you able to understand? Yeah, why it is illegal? Abstract means extend. Abstract means override in child. Abstract means override in child. Whereas final means don't override. Final means don't override. So that's why it is illegal combination. That is also an interview question. Can I write my method as a both abstract and final method? Not possible. Why it is not possible? Abstract means you need to override the methods in the child class. Final means you should not override in the child class. So both we cannot use together. Alright. Now tell me when to go for abstract class, when to go for interface. When to go for abstract class, when to go for interface. Simple. I don't know the logic for any method. My child will take care of the logics. I will just decide the rules. by using interface. My child will take care of the implementation. Then I will go for interfaces. I want to write the implementation for few methods which I know. Right? Few methods I don't know. That means when you don't know any implementation, go for interface. When you know partial implementation, then go for abstract class. When you have your interface, you can implement. When you have your abstract class, you can extend. When you implement your interface, your class should implement all the abstract methods. Right? When you are extending your abstract class, your class should override all the abstract methods. Understand my point? Can I create object for your interface? Can I create object for interface? No. Can I create object for abstract class? No. Abstract class object. For interface also you cannot create the object. For abstract classes also you cannot create the object. Interface reference variable can hold implementation object. Abstract